Greetings, soul family. I would like to speak on synchronicity, the fact that things don't just randomly happen, and that everything is in divine order. You are capable of making your own decisions. You have free will. Because you have free will, you have so many different timelines that you can walk down. Know that the future is fluid. What that really means is that based on your choices, you create your future. If you make choice A, your timeline is going to go this way. If you make choice B, your timeline is going to go that way. Okay? And this is constantly happening. Now, not only are you doing this with your own individual timeline, other people have the same free will and the same power to create their reality that you have. So it gets interesting. So think of this and know that you have the power to make your own choice. Making your own choice creates your reality. This is how you co-create. Now, once you start really paying attention to synchronicities, you'll notice that your spirit, your higher self, your guardian angels, the ascended masters, the archangels, your ancestors, all are with you. You have guides that are with you from the time you are into existence. From the time you are conceived, you are guided divinely. That divine order allows you the confidence to know that everything happened for your good, for your highest and your greatest good. Your guardian angels, picture them with wings. Even though they're light beings, they don't have bodies, they don't have wings. But commonly they're depicted with wings because this is what was in ancient mythology, and it resonated with us to know that an angel, the size of a demigod is, spreading their big wings around you and holding you at all times and protecting you. And we like that feeling, so we like to picture them with wings. Believe it or not, sometimes if you get deep enough in meditation, you can actually feel your spirit guides, your guardian angels with you. Okay? Sometimes we get afraid, when we feel a presence around us, especially if we're not all the way spiritually aware or awake yet. I want you to know you should not be afraid. You should not allow what other people told you or what you read in, certain books or you saw in certain movies about spirits. Know that every spirit is you, another aspect of you, because we're all one. Spirits are simply not able to communicate with us in the same way that we communicate because they don't have bodies. They don't speak language. So it's all through feeling, inner knowing, and just trusting that you emit a frequency of love and light. Therefore, the universe has no choice but to give you back that same frequency and bring entities to you that emit love and light. So, dark energies do exist, yes. Okay? But if you're not being a negative, dark energy person, they are not going to be able to exist in the same time and space as you. So just know that, say a protection prayer, sage your home, sage your own body, sage your children, Okay? Sage in order to remove any negative energies that may have accumulated through your day. While you're saging, say a protection prayer. Put protection around yourself, around your family, around your home, your space. Do it in your office, wherever you are. Okay? But divine order, let's go back to that. Knowing divine order exists, don't you feel much better knowing that every possibility that can happen, it is ordered that way, even though you have free will? So here's how it works. Whether you make decision A through Z and infinite decisions, right? Because you can make infinite choices. Every choice comes with its own direct path, its own timeline, and it's ordered that way. Now, you will have some anomalies. There'll be some challenges, of course. Life is not life without its challenges, okay? In addition to those anomalies, though, they all have lessons to be learned in them for your higher self, for your soul growth. So remembering that will empower you, that your steps are guided in any direction you choose to go through. Know that it is in divine order and that your decisions will be for your highest good. Now, sometimes if we feel indecision, it's almost like putting yourself in a prison of your own making, because the worst thing you can be is indecisive and not make a choice at all and not choose a path and just stay stagnant in this space and time where you just float around, not figuring anything out. That's like hell. That's the equivalent of hell. People believe that, especially people who are religious in terms of Christianity, for example. Now, let me just say this. I don't knock anybody for what they believe in. I just think you should believe in something greater than yourself. And then you should also believe that something that's greater than you is within you. Okay? Believe in something. Okay? Now, when it comes down to Christianity, believing in heaven and hell, to me, and you all know that I'm not religious, I have grew up in church. I grew up in, the Baptist church. I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness under my household because my grandmother, she raised me and she was a heavy Jehovah's Witness. My uncles practice Islam religion. So I've been exposed to all of that, but I've always chose my own spiritual path. At any rate, that's sidebar. Heaven and hell is simply different levels of consciousness. Heaven and hell are not places that you go to after you die. If you led a bad life, a quote-unquote bad life, you're going to go to hell and burn for eternity. No, that's mythology. That's not real. That's scare tactics. I hate to say it, but religion is meant to control you, and it strips you of your power. It puts fear in you. I'm gonna dead that conversation. That's another video. Heaven is not a place you go to because you led a amazing life and you did charity and you gave to others and you didn't, kill anybody and you did good all your life. And you get to go to heaven, and that's your reward. You get to be up in the clouds with the angels and whatnot, floating around for eternity. Sorry, news flash. It's not it. But the good thing is, the great thing is, the amazing thing is, you can experience your own bliss in your own agony. People are walking around here today in sheer hell. They full of disease, dis-ease. They're full of anger because of the trauma they experienced. They are not in love with themselves, therefore they cannot vibrate on a frequency of love in order to receive love. So they're putting out negative vibrations and they're on a low frequency. That is the equivalent of a hell consciousness. People are also on the opposite end of that spectrum. People are one with nature, one with everyone that they see. People are emitting love frequencies at such a high vibration that all they get back in return is, high vibes. They run into people and they instantly click with them, and people gravitate towards them, and they have great loving friendships and loving relationships, and they're just one with the universe. Their intuition is spot on. They trust themselves. They love themselves. And everything that follows is in the frequency of love. And so life is good. They've created their own heaven here on a third dimensional earthly plane. Okay? It's consciousness, people. Being aware. This is why we have to wake up. This is why we have to wake up. Stop believing the lies and the fairy tales that was told to you, and step into your power and know that you are a co-creator with the universe. Everything that God has, you have inside you. How do you think we create all of these things, all of these inventions, all of these beautiful structures? How do you think all the technology is so advanced? It's because it came from somebody's thought that they harnessed in, and then they manifested it through hard work, through believing in themselves, through never giving up, okay? And they manifested it into reality, okay? So I know this video is talking about several different things. I just thought it was important that we pay attention to what level of consciousness we're operating on from minute to minute. Start to really analyze your thoughts, people. It's time. And I know it's gonna be difficult because it was difficult for me, and it still is sometimes difficult for me. If I'm thinking and I'm absorbing energy around me and I'm starting to think things that don't really feel like how I was feeling before. Like maybe I woke up and I was on a high vibrational frequency. I was feeling good. My energy level was high. I said my affirmations. I did my meditation. I did my Reiki, energy, self-healing. Everything is feeling right. Then I step into somebody else's portal. Because when you leave your own sacred spaces and you go to other people's, you are entering their realm, their individual frequencies, their portals, okay? So I step into someone else's portal, and now my vibration is not the same. And now I'm thinking thoughts that don't really feel like they're my own thoughts. That's just my individual antenna picking up on the frequencies in that portal. Whoever's in that portal, the energies that exist nearby me. You see what I'm saying? So it's necessary for us to analyze our thoughts to make sure they're actually ours. It's necessary to start researching. I don't want people to continue being asleep. I feel bad for those who are still asleep. I want you guys to wake up. Start researching on your own. Start feeling your own thoughts. Start sitting quietly and practicing silence and stillness, and let the answers flow through you. Okay? So I appreciate you all. I hope everyone enjoys this day in love and light.